Hello, good afternoon. You've tuned into Your Stocks on CNBC-TV18. I'm Vinny Motiwala in the Mumbai News Studio. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is a show where we'll be solving all your stock-related queries. So we will be taking them with our experts for today. But before that, let's look at what the market is doing, right? Nifty, recovered from the day's lowest point, 24,150. Though, yeah, it's come back again into the day. So it's again, I beg your pardon, it's again fallen down from the day's highest point as well. Just a flat line that we're seeing, 24,150 is what it's managing to just trade around at this time. We'll wait out for the next hour of trade as well, next 1.5 hours, and how that is moving. But let's look at what the Nifty mid and small cap is doing. At one point of time, they were underperforming the benchmark indices, and as of now also, you can see the Nifty mid cap down 0.6% in trade, and small cap too is down 0.9% in trade, almost near the day's lowest point. FMCG, that's a bit of a drag coming in today, so Nifty FMCG is down, and at Nifty Metal, let's pull that also up because that's also down almost 1% in trade. Both these as of now are also trading near the day's lowest point. So not much of an excitement that we're seeing as of now in trade for the Nifty as well as the broader markets. Nothing exciting happening there, almost just flip-flopping between the red and the green. On that note, let's get started with all your stock-related queries. To solve all those doubts today, we have Ashish Kyal of Wave Strategy Advisors and Astha Jain of HEM Securities joining in with us on the show. Thank you so much, Ashish, as well as Astha, for joining in with us this afternoon. It's always a pleasure having you both on the show. First query for today, we have Ramesh, who's writing to us from Chennai, holding 2,000 shares of Indus at a price of 300 rupees per share. Wants to know whether he should continue to hold this or look to sell. And Ashish, let me start the first query with you. Indus, what's your view?
Hi, afternoon to you and all the viewers. If you look at Indus, I think the stock, after forming a top at 450 in the month of September this year, has continued to move down sharply. There is no reversal yet. We have seen there is some buying emerging in today's session from the lower levels. I would suggest to hold on because the prior price action support for the stock is at around 305. Maintain 305 as a stop loss and hold on for some time. But on the upside, the hurdle for the stock comes around 354, which is a 20 DMA. So I would advise to exit the stock if it is around 350, 354 levels and maintain 305 as a stop loss.
Okay. And Astha, what's your view on Indus?
Okay. Hi. Good afternoon to all of you. Talking about discounter, the results were okay. What we have seen is there is a rise in the tenancy rentals, but on the same side, we are seeing that the capex cycle is also going on. That will also be beneficial to Indus Tower because we have seen more 5G loading. So that is really helping this counter. My idea here is to continue holding this stock with an immediate price target of around 350 to 360 odd levels.
Okay, keep an eye out on those target prices and stop losses that are mentioned by our experts. But let's move on and talk about Protean eGov. That's the next query we have, and this one is from PGK Raju, I beg your pardon, who's writing to us from Vijayawada. 800 shares of Protean eGov. Price is 1,100 rupees per share. Currently, the stock is trading at 1,900 rupees per share. So the viewer is making some bit of a profit here. Wants to know whether he should continue to hold this or maybe book out their profits. Last 6 months, obviously, we have seen a sharp run up. But specifically, the last 1 month, Ashish, some bit of a correction coming in there. So is it a good time to exit the stock or what should the viewer do?
First, I would like to congratulate him because he has been holding out from 1100. It's nearly 100% that he's getting right now. I would recommend to continue to hold because the rise has been impulsive and it looks like the trend was good. Right now, we are seeing short-term correction since 1 month, which is retracing a part of the rise. And overall, the structure looks to be positive. We can expect a target of around 2,500 on the upside for this stock or maybe higher. On the downside, maintain a stop loss at around 1820 levels. So as long as 1820 is intact, continue to hold on to the stock here.
Okay, hold on to the stock. That's the word from Ashish. But on the fundamentals, Astha, is Protean eGov looking exciting and merits a hold?
Yes, it does. Because it is leading, digital solution provider, especially if we talk about the techs. Then they are having one of the strongest market share of around 60% in the tin and the pan issuance. So have a leading position. Along with that, balance sheet is in a very strong position because they are negative at the net debt level. In fact, there is a strong scope for the margin expansion to this counter, and what we are expecting that their revenue trajectory is also looking very, very strong to us. So we are positive on this counter. Here, my idea is to stay invested in this counter. Initial price target can be set at around 2050 odd levels.
Okay, that's on Protean eGov. Let's move on to the next query. We have Simran Khanna, who's writing to us from Mumbai. She wants to know at what level should she take fresh positions in Kalyan Jewellers for the long term. Astha, I'll start with you. For the long term, on the fundamentals, Kalyan Jewellers, what's the word on this one? When you look at it in terms of the growth story, yes, it looks interesting, right?
Right. Growth story is looking interesting, as well as their same store sales growth is also looking very strong, because whatever Q2 update they have given in that, in fact, in the revenue trajectory also, they are showing from some sort of growth around 30 to 39 odd percent. So the revenue growth is looking strong to us. Same store sales growth is also looking strong to us, and they have opened various stores in the last quarter gone by. So if I look after all these things, I'm really positive about this company. My idea here is to invest at some dips, because what we are seeing, the market conditions are volatile. So with the market fall, maybe the stock can see some sort of a fall, and that's why we are recommending buying on dips at around 680, 670 odd levels. However, the price target which we are giving to this counter is at around 780 to 800 odd levels in the long term.
Okay, keep an eye on these levels over there. Ashish, but let's look at it on the technicals and charts. What is Kalyan Jewellers looking like? Is it a better play to enter in the jewelry segment, or maybe something else that like a Titan or Senco? What would you be looking at on this side?
See, if you look at Kalyan Jewellers, I think the rise has been pretty decent from around the lows of 340 levels, touched the high of 780, seeing some kind of a retracement on the downside. But everything looks to be positive. About 3-4 days back, it showed again a very strong bullish candle. So I would recommend to continue to hold on to the stock here. There is no danger sign as of now. We can expect the stock to move towards the level of around 850 on the upside over near term. And on the downside, maintain a stop loss, which is going to be around 660 levels.
Okay, maintain a stop loss over there. We do. Welcome back. You're tuned into Your Stocks on CNBC TV18. We still have Ashish Kyal as well as Astha Jain, who are solving all your stock-related doubts. Let's move on to the next query. We have Krishna Mehra, who's writing to us from Gujarat, holding 100 shares of TVS Electronics at a price of rupees 50 per share. So currently the stock is trading at 383 rupees, making a good amount of profit there. Wants to know whether he should continue to hold this or look to exit, or maybe look to buy some more. What's the view on this, Astha?
So talking about this counter, my idea here is to stay invested in the counter, although the results posted by the company was not very encouraging, because what we have seen was the degrowth in the bottom line. But I'm positive about this counter, because the kind of work this company is doing, they are targeting various segments, and the most important, they have a marquee set of a client base. So looking after the fundamentals, this company is right now showing. The results are a dampeners, and that's why we have seen a stock pricing falling. But in the long term, we are positive on this counter, so recommending a hold with an initial price target of around 415 odd levels.
Okay. Keep an eye on those targets over there. But Ashish, on the technicals, how is TVS Electronics looking? Last 1 month, we've seen almost 7-8% fall. So what are you keeping an eye out on there?
See, we can clearly see there is a rejection on TVS Motor from the higher levels of 420, 430 just yesterday, and today also it's under pressure. Having said that, I think a very important support for the stock comes around 340 levels. So as long as 340 is intact, I think there is a possibility we can again retest that 460 mark on the upside. So I would recommend to hold on to the stock for now, maintain a stop loss of 340 and aim for 460 levels on the upside.
Okay. Let's move on to the next query. We have Anand, who's writing to us from New Delhi, holding 40 shares, I beg your pardon, of IRCTC at a price of rupees 700 per share. Wants to know whether he should book his profits or stay invested in the stock. Astha, what is your view on IRCTC? Is it an interesting bet to continue to hold?
I think one can continue holding this counter, but not for a larger price target. Initial price target can be set at around 880 to 885 odd levels. Now talking about this counter, catering division, we really looking after that, because the other division, that is their major division of railway ticketing segment, now it is not showing that much of attractiveness. So now this catering division hold the major importance, and that is why I think in the longer term we can see some sort of growth in that segment. So looking after that and optimistic on that division, we are recommending hold on this counter. Although price target we are keeping at just around 880 odd levels.
Okay, price target at 880. Ashish, when you look at it on the chart front as well, in the last 6 months, the stock has seen a fall coming in. So, would you suggest that the viewer maybe look to buy some if the stock falls, or continue to just hold and stay invested?
So I would recommend that it's better to not buy more as of now, because there is no positive price action that we have witnessed over since many months now. And it's better to continue to hold on to the stock. And let's see if it manages to break back about that 865 mark. If it does that, that will be the first sign where it has reversed, forming a higher low as per the simple Dow theory, and breaks the resistance also. So it's better to buy the stock above 865, not average it now. And on the downside, the important support for the stock is going to be at 790 levels.
Okay, that was IRCTC. Keep an eye out on those levels over there. But Astha as well as Ashish, that was the last query for today. So thank you so much for joining in with us and solving all our viewers' stock-related doubts. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Your Stocks. Thank you so much for tuning in.